All right, welcome back. Now, we're going to get into a conversation this morning. And for us here on Fridays, we like to bring these segments for conversations because a lot of the times we find that as you're watching us, there's a need to connect on some of the topics and everything else. So we looked at this Friday and said, oh, why not have these conversations on Fridays where we give you the opportunity to then talk to us and share with us, and let's connect across the nation. And so today, something that happened, and has been happening in the last couple of weeks. It's not an old thing. It's not a new thing. It's an old thing. But in the last couple of weeks, we've been seeing more of it, where you find that people have had relationships for a long time. And then as time has gone on, the one party, and usually it's the lady, who has developed and gone past her man in maybe it's academia, in life. She's just developed herself, usually with the man's sponsorship or his financing, right? Now, she gets to a certain stage. She's in a completely different realm, in a completely different world as far as social status is concerned. But it was by his doing. He financed it, right? Now, the question we are asking today is that, or the topic we're talking about is that the importance of personal development in a relationship. How important is it to develop yourself, your personal choice and preference to develop yourself, okay? Do you forget yourself in the quest to help your partner? Because it seems like that's what a lot of people have been doing, and it brings all kinds of problems. The worst of it is death. Frema, what are your thoughts on this matter?
So I think that we just saw on the front page of one of the papers things to discuss.
Yes, before marriage.
Before marriage, yeah. Okay. It's the same thing with relationships. Now, I think that everybody has a personal responsibility to develop themselves.
Yeah.
How? That is a means you have to devise.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, when you're coming into the relationship, you need to come with something.
Yeah.
It's okay to be in love. It's super. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's a great feeling to be in love.
Yeah.
When you're in love, you want to do everything and anything possible to help your partner.
Yeah.
And why not?
Yes.
But in the process of doing that, think of the next 2 years, the next 5 years, okay? We are both here today as, let's say, secondary school graduates, okay, senior high school graduates. Now, I find myself in business as maybe the man or even the woman. I find myself in business. My partner wants to go back to school. I'm in a position to support.
Yeah.
Why not? But in doing that, you also ask yourself, how are you developing your own self just to make sure that in the next 4 years, when my partner is done from the university, we are still at par.
Yeah.
All right? If you decide to just sit down, be the senior high school graduate you are, but throw money in to support your partner, they go to school, they come back to share university life with you, you laugh about it, they tell you, okay, so school has resumed, I'm going back, you carry money, you give it to them, you are still where you are. So you were a corner store, you have a container in front of the house, so you are selling.
Or you were a mechanic.
You can be anything. You can be anything,
making
from a
good
mechanic.
Money day to day.
Exactly, from a mechanic to a carpenter to a mason to anything and everything to a shop owner to everything. Okay, now you decide to whatever money you are collecting support your partner. Let's say now the man is doing well. Okay, and so you want to be paying school fees and giving pocket money and everything. Now what happens is it gets to a point that naturally you guys belong to different worlds.
Yes.
And it is not anybody's doing.
Yeah.
If you have somebody to blame,
It's
you have to be yourself.
Because
you sat back unconcerned about your own personal development. Look, being in love alone is not enough.
Yeah.
And I say it with my full chest out. It is not enough, okay?
Because be in love.
You get it, because it gets to a point, look, let's help each other here. It gets to a point where I finish university, I get, job in the corporate world.
Yeah.
Okay, there are places that I have to go, even out of work. I really want you to come, but you will not even be comfortable because now we come from two different worlds. Now, I'm not saying that once the person is going to school, you should also go into school.
Yeah.
There's so much, I mean, a lot of ways that you can add value to yourself,
Yeah.
not just through formal
Yeah.
education.
Yeah.
Okay. Now,
Yeah.
even with formal education, now you can even decide to learn so much on
Online.
from online stuff, but also think of upgrading yourself.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we all finish secondary school. Naturally, places we go, we don't have to do any kind of formal clothes and
Yes,
all that.
yes.
So I'm always in my T-shirt and my
Yeah.
jeans, going about my normal duties. But now you watch your woman grow.
Yeah.
They're going to find themselves in a corporate world.
Yeah.
Now, if your woman has to attend an event and ask you to even come along,
Yeah.
would you, one, be comfortable in the kind of clothes you need to wear? Would you be comfortable in your mannerism, how you have to conduct yourself in public? Will you be comfortable, you know, in a certain way of speaking? This is the kind of environment that she finds herself in. Now, if you do not do all these things, you build some kind of insecurities around you.
Yeah.
And so when you see someone who you think
Is
is
above
above you,
Yeah.
you shake. And then you think that they probably might be cheating with this person. It is normal for you to feel that way.
Yeah.
And that is why it's also important
That you develop
that you also
yourself.
develop, you know, whilst the person is moving on the social ladder, ask yourself, how do I make sure that at every point
Yeah.
we are the same?
Yeah.
It gets to a point that your conversation that you come out with
It's
very
even
infantile.
different. Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
You can't even contribute
Yeah.
to meaningful conversation,
Yeah.
and you don't blame anybody for that. So you realize that now your woman is beginning to have friends outside your relationship,
Yeah.
because she's probably comfortable. And these also happen. Look, you realize that we finish secondary school. There are ladies who find themselves on the market. They are selling stuff. They are making good money.
Yeah.
But know that money alone is not enough.
Yeah.
Do something more.
Yeah.
Look, I know people who have shops in Makola. That is what they do.
Yeah.
But they're the business school.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
You look.
Doing a
every
masters.
business is
Doing
a
a master's
business
program, but
I
they're
always
selling
say
at
that.
Makola.
Look, a corner carpenter somewhere doing kitchen stool and kitchen table is a carpenter.
Yeah.
And so is bogus.
Yeah.
So is maybe other big companies.
Yeah.
They are all carpenters, you know, but others have learned to add value.
Yeah.
And so they are able to stand anywhere to call themselves carpenters, and proudly so.
Yeah.
We do not have to have shallow minds and, you know, close ourselves to say
Yeah.
that, okay, so for the past 10 years, I've been a mechanic who is always just lying under the cars and, you
So
know,
that's
some
where I'm going to stay.
roadside something. So that's where I'm going to stay.
Yeah.
There's nothing limiting you from carrying your mechanic work, you know, to a different level.
Yeah.
We have places that you drive in. Look, even washing bays.
Yeah.
There are some washing bays that you get to and you
Yeah.
know that, look, Master, you
It's a-
can't
it's
mess
a-
around
it's a
here.
different washing bay
It's
altogether.
top-notch washing bay, but
Yeah.
it's just a washing bay, a
just a
place that we are going to wash cars.
Yeah.
And so you have been doing this for the past 10 years,
Yeah.
and every day you are still bonsu.
Yeah.
No, do you get it? Upgrade.
Yeah,
You see,
yeah,
and I always also say that women in today's world shouldn't also go into the relationship with the mind that, as for me, I'm just going to put my hands behind me, and I know that this guy, once I'm done with university, I will marry them, but I'm taking your money and spending it and
Yeah.
deceiving you and all that. Look, if you're also a woman, come into the relationship with something. If somebody is paying your school fees, learn to buy your own food.
Yeah.
Do not put all your pressure,
Yeah.
you know, on your man. Or the man, do not do all these. This is what causes all these kind of bitterness and anger and all that, because they
Yeah.
feel, look,
Yeah.
do you get it? And so if you do that for me to know that you were just taking advantage of me, you didn't love me, you were just taking advantage of me, making me do all things, then
Yeah.
the unexpected can happen. And sometimes these are the problems, you know, that we have. Come there with something. Do not come and take somebody's son as your bankroller who is now going to do everything, buy food. When you even need junction valet, he's the one who has to pay for it. If you need a pen, he has to pay for it. If you need exercise book, he has to pay for it. He's giving you pocket money, giving you paying school fees and all that.
Yeah,
Look,
yeah.
one day if you decide to go, there's going to be a problem. Anyway, so the lines are now open. You
Yeah.
can join us on 055
Six.
6
20
20
3276.
3276.
Yeah.
So make sure that you give us a call now. And look, let's have a conversation. Let's talk about this, because it's really, really worrying in
Yeah.
recent times. People
Yeah.
feel they've not been treated well.
Yeah.
You gave me your word. Look, that, oh, I mean, I'm going to be with you forever, support me, I'm right here. And then I do that, and after 4 or 5 years, you realize that I'm not your class.
Yeah.
No, that is going to be problematic.
Yeah. You see, so I think that is very, when you look at it from an emotional standpoint, it seems very unfair for someone to say at the end of 5 years that you are no longer my class. But if you look at it logically,
You
in
are
reality,
not
you are
her
actually
class
not
or his class.
in the class anymore. Because the truth of the matter is that when we look at it and we say, okay, what class are we talking about? Academically, you are not there. In terms of the corporate world the person has now entered into, you are not there. The people you call massa are the people she hangs out with. Those are her friends. Think about it.
Her colleagues.
Her colleagues are the people you say yes, I'm massa to. You've created a problem right there.
Exactly.
Because you chose not to develop yourself.
And look, and that is nobody's responsibility.
Yeah, it's like you
It
said,
is your
it's
sole
a personal
responsibility
yes.
to add value to yourself. I mean, we can grow together, and that's what we are talking about. It doesn't mean go and sit in the classroom, but make sure that at the end of the 4 years, you will not make things difficult for the person. Okay, and it's very important that you have this understanding.
All right, so again, the number is 0556-203276. Call us and let us know what you think. We have Joshua on the line. Joshua, good morning.
Yes, hello.
Hi.
Yes.
Where are you calling us from?
I'm calling from Dansuma.
Dansuma. Okay, fantastic. Talk to us. What do you think about what we're talking about?
Yeah, I would say it's very important. When it comes to personal development in a relationship, it's very important because you are going to meet somebody who's also expecting something from you. So you need to do things right, especially the way you do your things, appearance, and the way you talk. I mean, your dilemma, your self-confidence, and also the way you act.
All right.
These are very important. So,
yes.
So
Thank you.
So that we can keep the home together.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Joshua. Thank you for calling us. All right. So, no, but this is what we're saying, you know. And I also think that, like you said, as a human being, it should be in your interest to don't be where you were last year.
Even if it's not about anybody.
Even if it's not about anybody, don't be where you were 6 months ago. No. You should always be interested in adding more,
look,
building
you know,
up,
you've been a taxi driver.
Yeah.
I mean, for the past 2 years, and you still are the type of taxi driver that you are wearing your chalewote. Look, we have taxi drivers that when you sit in their cars, you can't even mess up.
No,
you wouldn't dare talk to them
Just
anyhow because the way they present themselves and the way they will communicate with you, look, you'll be disciplined in their cars.
Oh, we have a caller from Tishi. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes, your name, please.
Yeah, this is Eric from Tishi.
All right, Eric. Tell us what your thoughts are.
Yeah, nice show. Yes, for me, I think personal development is okay because along the line things are changing, and as couple or people in love, where you both agree you're going to be together, at least you should bear in mind that if you get to a time where you have to think alike, and by each person updating himself is a must, but you have to think you. Personally, I have my own. I'm married to a beautiful woman for the past 30 years.
Okay.
There was a time I had to help her upgrade herself. But you know, with you end up helping, and then later they tell you they don't do and they leave you just like that. But we do together, and this one has been happening. Though she's good to take care of them, sometimes when we are engaged in some activities, conversations, it's a little bit not too aligned, but it's some good that I have to still do it. But she's okay. For me, I think as people, you have to think you. Sometimes you do, it's okay for you. Sometimes they leave it. I've got a couple of friends that end up being like that. Ladies end up helping guys, guys also helping ladies to leave. But for me, I think along the line, what do you think will be the next for tomorrow? The yes, are you still going to do it? to personal development. There should be a peaceful discussion within both of you, to see how you can help each other.
All right. Fantastic.
It doesn't really mean costing so much money,
Yeah.
but you can guide her.
All right. Okay.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Eric.
Thank you very much, Eric. Thank you. Yeah. You know, the thing I think a lot of people don't realize is that as you develop yourself, you become more attractive.
Yes.
You see, so I think that we fail to realize that the attraction fades as you appear to be someone who doesn't care about themselves, who doesn't do anything for themselves.
You become still.
You become still, you become dry, you become boring,
Rusty.
you become rusty.
Yeah.
So as that happens over time, and the other person is rather developing themselves,
with time, you even
you
become a
start to
liability
separate.
because you really can't help so
Yeah.
much. So, for instance, I'm in the office,
Yeah.
I need to check my mail, maybe
Yeah.
I mean, anything can happen,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
or there's a document somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, honey, can you please take this document,
Yeah.
read to me?
Yeah.
I need this information.
yeah,
You can't,
do it. And then it becomes a problem. We have a caller for Akosobo. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, your name, please.
My name is Joe.
Jerome. Yes.
Thank you for the lessons you've given us this morning.
Go on. Tell us what your thoughts are.
Yeah, I would like to ask a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, my girlfriend and I were dating in the SHS.
Come
And
again.
then my girlfriend and I
Yeah.
were once dating in the SHS. We were dating. So after we completed, she went to a place and I also moved to where I am. So I have found a job going. But after, if I call her, she don't pick. Sometimes she answer, and then like the way she talks to me is not like we used to talk.
Yeah.
So we don't call anyone. Yeah, I stopped calling her, and then she also stopped calling me. But later, she called me back and begged me to like come into my life. So I want to ask, should I allow this kind of person to come into my life? Thank you.
I think you have to call sister the sister show for them to help you with that.
But usually,
yes.
usually when you get calls like this,
Yeah.
it means that
Yeah.
this is Jeremy, right?
Yes, yeah.
It means Jeremy himself wants to allow.
Yeah.
But I say, I'm not too sure. So
So
somebody should say,
help
oh,
me to
yeah,
allow.
you understand.
Jeremy,
Jeremy, if whatever she did to you was that terrible, that you don't want her in your life again, you won't be given this consideration. You won't be asking this, am I right or wrong?
You're right.
Exactly. So within you, you know what you want. But ask yourself, can you tolerate all these things? Why does she want to come back now? Ask yourself all these questions and then make an informed decision. You know, some of these things, it will be very difficult for us because we don't really know how your journey has been over the years.
Yeah.
So you are the right person to sit back and assess how the relationship has been over the years and why you think she is coming back this time around. If you think it's from a genuine place and if you also really believe that you can accept her back, why not? But like I said, just thinking you are in love might not be enough.
Yeah.
So think about it carefully and all the other aspects that you need to consider
Yeah.
and make an informed decision.
All right, thank you.
All right,
Right.
Mary, thank you for calling. All right. Counselor Fremont
I beg
at
you.
her best.
Me now, I'm still
Yeah.
looking for advice. I beg you. I'm still looking
Yeah.
for counselors to advise
No,
me.
but you see, for me, again, I mean, Jeremy's call is one of the classic situations that people find themselves in. The point is that people will always come towards you as long as you're attractive.
Yeah.
You see.
And you know, sometimes.
So, Okochin sana, it's like I'm thinking about the attractive person. And maybe I'm seeing that the guy I've seen one or two things. It's like the guy is looking nice and things are working well. You
Yeah,
know.
and you see, that's what I'm saying, that think about all other things, okay? Because sometimes they also come back because they know that you will accept them.
Yeah.
people sometimes take advantage of your love, and so they go roam around.
Yeah.
When things don't go well, they know that the way you love me, if I come, I
come
know
at
how
any
to get
time.
back to you.
Yeah.
You will accept me. And they be that Jeremy is it, so should I do, should I not do? You know what you want to do.
All right, we have a caller from Takwa. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. What's your name, please?
Please, I'm Gloria.
Gloria, welcome to Breakfast Daily.
Welcome.
Gloria, what do you think about what we're talking about?
Okay. How I think about it, there are differences between being in the class and the loving side. Because where I stand, when a person is in love, he doesn't think about the classing aspect. But later on, when they try to compare, then they leave the loving thing aside, then they try to compare their class. That is making us lose what we really want, because others will be in that loving situation with somebody who have not even been to school before, but the person will try to develop in the house, making things work out for you. So if you are not ready to help the other person to also come up, so that both of you can be in love and in the class at the same time, you always have issues. So it's better you just think about them, either being in love in class or we are being in love as we are in love with each other. So that's my take. So we just have to be careful about how we are differentiating our love in class and whatever, because you have a classy person who will not help you in your relationship or your upbringing, either your children or your working place. So we just have to be critical about who we are choosing to be with, because being in a relationship, entering into marriage, it is not about class. That is what I mean. It's about somebody who will help you be there.
So Gloria, the question I have is, so you've fallen in love with this wonderful man, and you have gotten married and everything else, and then every day he's doing one course, going to school, studying, climbing up the ladder. You both started at, let's say, teachers, right? Let's say you're both teachers, and you both started, you're all secondary school teachers. And he has developed himself to the point where he's now become a district supervisor, okay? So, and you are still in the same classroom that you were teaching. Now, he doesn't come to the classroom to teach, he's a district supervisor. Then you realize that he's climbed even higher and now become maybe a regional head or something, still in his teaching fraternity, but now he's very, very high up, much higher than you are. When he goes for meetings, you can't go for those meetings. He will meet people that you call madam and senior. Those people are his colleagues now. Don't you think that will create a problem in your marriage?
Yes, that's why I'm saying that you have to pull the person along as you are going.
Yeah. What if the person doesn't want to go along?
Gloria, what we are saying is, how are you helping yourself come up?
Yes, so you have to sit down. You know that the other person is going. So you also have to be like, I also need to go.
Yeah.
It's not like you just sit in the back, watch the kids and whatever.
Yeah.
So as you are saying, you have to build your own self.
Yeah.
And where I stand, I'm married with 3 children. And it's like, when I move a step, my husband also moved a step.
That's right.
Because, for the first 2-3 years in our marriage, my husband was not ready to move a step ahead. But when he saw that I am moving a step and I'm meeting people,
That's right.
he became like, okay, then I also have to move a step.
That's what we're talking about.
So it's like that.
Yeah.
It's a way that you also make the person feel like it is important to move a step so that you all go along.
Yeah.
If
Fantastic.
you sit back and just watch me, I'll be going, and later on, before you realize, I am somewhere else.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So you also have to build yourself, move a step ahead.
All right.
As we are going, just compare where we're supposed to be.
Thank you.
In terms of the children, how are the children going to see us? Because
Yeah.
the children will see that mommy is this place and daddy too is that place.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
All right.
can't just always go and leave the kids behind.
Right.
All
So my husband also got to know that no, she's going, and I also have to go.
All right.
Else,
Right.
I'll
Right.
be left
Right.
behind.
Thank you very much, Gloria.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Yeah. So I mean, that's what we've been talking about. When you see that there's movement, Charlie, you better start moving as well.
Exactly.
Yeah. And for me, even the mind of I'm waiting to see movement before I move. That one crap is a problem. Move. And
No,
then
because you
if
see-
the person is not moving, just say, Charlie, you have to consider. Come
We
along,
are
come
two
along, encourage the person
individuals,
to come along.
and on your own, you should have a path
yeah.
that you want to
Yeah.
build for
Yeah.
your life, for yourself. Before someone else came in,
Yeah.
you had a plan.
You had a plan already.
Okay, so now
You should have had a
you
plan.
should have had a plan. And so now you look at how you can work your plan with this person in
Yeah.
your life.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean throw away everything.
Yeah.
Now we need to discuss, we need to talk about it. This is where I want to be. And this is my plan.
Yeah.
Before you came in, I was going to buy my university
Yeah.
forms because after university, I want to be able
Yeah.
to do this. I
Yeah.
want to be able to do
Yeah.
that. This is my plan.
Yeah.
What is yours? Let's talk about it. Let's discuss.
Yeah. We have Ofriata calling from Tadi. Ofriata, good morning.
Good morning, Chief. How are you doing?
Very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm also doing very well. I'm really enjoying the program.
Okay, thank you, thank you.
Yes.
What do you think?
Yes. So, as a man, at least I'm a man, so I'm speaking from the men's perspective.
Go ahead.
You don't have to just ignore yourself. You have to develop yourself as far as the relationship is concerned. My experience when I was in the northern region, I met this police lady and we both agreed to marry.
Okay.
So when I was transferred to Western region, when I presented my transfer letter before I returned to Kumasi, this lady was also transferred to Kumasi.
Okay.
I rented an apartment for her. She went and brought her mother in. Before I realized, then I was ejected out of the apartment I rented with my own money for no apparent reason. So if I had not developed myself, or if I was not gainfully employed, my brother, my life would have been so terrible. So to me, personal development is very important.
Yeah, yeah.
And now when I got out of that relationship, in fact, I have moved several steps ahead in my life.
That's right.
So God bless you for this program.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you
very
very much.
for
Thank
calling.
you.
Yeah. You see, what I realized is that, somebody said to me one day, I ended a relationship, and then somebody said to me that one of the best responses to someone leaving you is to become so beautiful as
Yeah.
a person
Yeah.
that the person looks at you and like,
They realized that they was a waste of time.
why did I leave?
Yeah. So they were the problem.
They
not
were the
really-
problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you see, with what he just said,
Yeah.
I always say that make sure that your chop money is not in anybody's pocket.
Thank you.
Otherwise, they determine
Yeah.
what your appetite should be.
Yeah. Please say that again. Quote of the day, Fridays.
You know that your chop money should not be in somebody's pocket. Otherwise, they determine what your appetite should be. Do you get it? You can't come to me wanting to come and collect money to go and buy food, and you tell me that you want to go and eat at a very high hotel.
Imperial Peking.
I determine what you will eat. Okay?
Yeah.
And that is why it is someone who will determine what you should even say, what you don't have to say, and you're every day doing yes, amasa, and all that. At least be a little bit self-sufficient.
Yeah.
Come to the table with something.
Something.
Janet, well, I guess it is individual preference, but I think it is the best way, okay, that if somebody is paying their school fees, at least be able to also buy food for yourself. If somebody is paying your rent, be able to buy your furniture. If somebody is Do you get
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
I mean, meet people halfway.
Yeah.
Don't be a liability.
Yeah,
Let
yeah,
a
yeah,
person
yeah,
be
yeah,
happy
yeah.
to want to be around
Yeah.
you. Don't go into a relationship because of what you will get. Otherwise, you find yourself on the streets.
Yeah, it's true.
And every day you start from zero.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to do anything for yourself.
Yeah.
You don't want to add any kind of
Yeah,
value.
yeah.
So when people feel they are done with you,
Yeah.
they discard you, and it's that easy.
Yeah.
Because when they decide not to pick your call again, that is it. Anyway, we've been joined by Mabel from Kaswa. Hi, Mabel. Welcome to Breakfast Daily. Mabel, can you reposition yourself? Your line is not too clear.
Are you okay, Citi?
Yes.
Okay, good morning.
Good morning.
Citi, can I speak to you so that I can
Aye.
myself
Aye. Yes, please
Hello?
go ahead.
Okay. I want to speak to you, okay?
Yes, Yankasa.
Okay. When I walk on, I found out can Yamisha Mopa.
Amen.
Because my worry, you know, like, machine fan of home, what I saw a good man. But here, we and me, my sister, me, you teacher, and I said, you're okay. Mr. Misha, and your son, I'm a pen. But I'm not paying me and remote and station in my dam. So I don't know, can I told my command so far? Sister, Yamisha Mopa, may Costa Luna call you.
Kaho. No. Thank you very much. Aye. Wow, now one uncle we kunu kranka we be ofe. Oh, baby. I'm Shrawns. Why? Yate. Bye. No, you see.
That's actually a very beautiful call.
Yes.
Because, you see, we're talking academia and personal development. But there's an aspect of personal development which sometimes can easily be glossed over because it's not necessarily seen as personal development. Fitness, keeping in shape.
Your appearance. Yes.
Looking good.
Yeah.
Because we always say that you are addressed
the way you dress.
How you dress.
And you see, you might think, say, he doesn't care. Oh, as my husband, he's okay. On the baby, I'm fine at home.
He's caring about other.
Until one day, you see where his attention is. And then you realize that because if you decide to reduce yourself to cooking meals, taking care of their children, sweeping, washing clothes and all that, it's all right. They will take the other one somewhere. They'll be every day, pata. Wash a pata. And every day there's pan in front of you washing. They'll be all those in your. Anyway, we've been joined by another caller. Thank you very much. Welcome to Breakfast Daily. Hello? Yes, please tell us your name and where you're calling from.
So my name is Diana.
Okay. Hello, Diana.
Hello?
Okay, maybe Diana will come back.
Hello?
Yes, please go on. Your thoughts.
Okay, so please, I just got to your office and I realized that you are talking about a topic of personal development. Okay, so for me, my question is a question.
Okay.
I'm in a relationship where you are a type of person that you will hardly ask your partner for something. Maybe you are finding it difficult, maybe you are in a difficult situation, or you need money, or you need an assistant. But sometimes it's so difficult to ask yourself in terms of monetary, when it's so difficult to ask yourself. But the other partner, when he asks you something, you are free to him. You don't even think twice about it. You are so free to give out. But it seems like you need to act before he gives it to you. So sometimes it's difficult. For me, I'm in a relationship like that. This is very difficult.
So what you're asking is, when you're in a relationship where you find it difficult asking your partner for help, but they can freely do so, right?
Yes, please.
Okay. Right, thank you very much. So we'll discuss that. Yeah. But I think that communication is a two-way affair.
Yeah.
You know, so if the relationship is on equal footing,
Yeah.
I don't see why one person can communicate easily and the other
person
cannot.
is holding
You know,
back.
so maybe you should check your communication level and have proper conversations about some of these things.
Yeah.
Because if we freely will ask you, the energy should be the same. You should
Yeah.
also be comfortable in asking, and just make sure you're not being taken advantage of.
Yeah.
You know, so talk about it.
It's very important because, again, the Bible says that two cannot walk together if they are unequally yoked. So if you can't ask and he asks freely, that's a problem that is happening there. Okay, so either you develop the ability to ask, or maybe you're in the wrong place. You know, so it's very important that we work these things out. Relationships can be complicated, but we can also make it even worse for ourselves by taking certain decisions and making things unnecessarily complicated.
And if it's not working, I mean,
if it's not working,
talk about it. You know, sometimes the other party is on a different level because they feel maybe I look nicer, I'm well educated, you should be happy to have me in your life and all that, you know, and so they feel at every point when I ask you something, you should even be happy about it. And you also make it look so, you know, and so they can easily ask you for anything, they can tell you to do whatever they want, but and so they take advantage
So is
of
that
that.
like an inferiority complex thing?
Well, just a mismatch of the whole thing.
Yeah. We have Lawrence from Wager. Lawrence, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes. Welcome to Breakfast Daily. What are your thoughts?
I think this time around, when you look at the trend as which the relationship is going, it seems to look or to suggest that social media has taken full control over it. People are rather concerned on what they see on social media and try to incorporate it into their relationship. More or less, fixing a square in a circle. It's about time individuals in a relationship should rather hold on concentrating on how they can manage themselves in a relationship. Rather than picking social media lifestyle to rather incorporate in it, which is impossible. Most people are really going through hell when it comes to relationship. Have a good morning.
All right.
Right.
Have a good morning too. I think that Frema, you choose what you want your relationship to be like.
Exactly.
It's your choice.
Exactly.
You know, I don't believe that. As public as I am, I still consider myself a very discreet and private person.
Yeah.
You know, it's not everything about. In fact, when I put something out, it's because I want you to see it.
Yeah.
A lot of people put things out without thinking about what they're putting out and the consequences of what those actions may be, even 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line. They don't think about those things, you know. Now, I don't believe that anybody's relationship can be controlled by social media if they choose not to let it be controlled by social media.
You know, I think that social media influence and all these are individually driven.
Yeah.
Okay. There are girls out there, there are guys out there who are not influenced by social media because they believe that most of the things we see on there are superficial.
Yeah.
You know, and these people have decent relationships. You may also want to look at who you are getting yourself involved with.
Yes.
Is this somebody who is very fickle-minded? You know,
Flighty.
the least thing they believe that. So if you have somebody like that, their friends will be wrong
that's how their
influence
friends will
on
be.
them.
Yeah.
Telenovelas, until social media became so rife, people were hugely influenced by telenovelas. Whatever they see, they think that this is how life should be.
Yeah.
And so we don't have to only blame social media. I agree with you that a lot of people fall victims to social media. But it is how developed your mind is. What do you see to be life? And so, like we are saying, individual development is very key. If you are telling yourself that I won't fall for social media pranks and these social media influences, if your partner is also developing themselves mentally, psychologically, physically in that area, I do not think that you guys will have problems. Unless, of course, you are with somebody who knows that my salary is 1,500 cedis, but I always want to buy new shoes. I always want to buy new dresses. Then this is not a person for you. Because talking about social media, there are people there who are spending what they earn. And whatever you see them wearing is what they can afford. And you can't also say that because of that, because there are other people who fall victims, these people shouldn't express themselves. It's how you receive whatever you are being shown through movies, through music, through social media, through anything, you know. So develop yourself mentally. Be strong. That I go on social media, I'll go and see what is happening. But it doesn't mean that if I see people wear, 5,000, 7,000 cedi worth of wig, I should by tomorrow morning be wearing that. It means you are very immature and you are not wise.
At all. I mean, yesterday I saw Pep Guardiola moving about in his Balenciagas and things, and it's nice. There's nothing that moves me to say, let me go and buy one.
No.
At all.
You should be able to see beautiful things and say that, oh, wow, that's nice, and move on.
Kudos to you.
Not because you want
not
it.
Interested.
Because if you want everything, then you have a long way to go. Look, I won't advise my brother to be with a woman like that.
Who wants everything.
No. You see a shoe today, you want it. You see a dress, you want it. How do we satisfy you?
That's a good question. We'll take a quick break. Breakfast, then we'll continue with